St. James businessman charged of allegedly shooting a woman. Violence producer shot in confrontation with police. Female sex worker shot by cop. And in sports, India defeat the West Indies again. This is Undiluted News. Mikey Bones reporting. The police said that one of three men fatally shot on Tuesday morning during a reported confrontation with the police in St. James is linked to Friday night's murder of social media personality 23-year-old Marvin Samuels, also known as 41 Bosshead of Rose Heights. He has been identified as Alex McGee, otherwise called Scampy, the reputed leader of the Hellgate gang in Rose Heights. Assistant Commissioner Glenford Miller, commanding officer for the Area 1 Police, told reporters that Meggie is a key player in the violence in Rose Heights. And following Friday's killing of the TikToker, a house was shot up and two other people shot in Rose Heights on Saturday morning. And the shootings have been linked to three gangs fighting for turf: Hellgate Gang, G6, and 614 Gang. ACP Miller said three firearms were seized during Tuesday morning's operation in the troubled community of Hellgate's Orange District. He said Meggie was the main target of the operation, and he added that Meggie has been linked to serious crimes in St. James, including murders and shootings. The suspect captured in connection with the fatal shooting of Police Constable Christopher Smith has now been charged. He is 23-year-old Tremaine Harris of a Kingston address. Harris was charged for the murder last week by detectives attached to the Major Investigations Division after being pointed out during an identification parade. The 23-year-old was captured at Norman Manley International Airport on December 11, attempting to board a flight to the Bahamas. Corporal Smith was killed by gunmen during a robbery at a gas station on East Avenue off Beechwood Avenue on December 6, and he was shot by one of the robbers when he drove into the gas station to purchase petrol. The cops are also searching for four other suspects in connection with this case. The Independent Commission of Investigation is probing the fatal shooting of a female sex worker by a police officer in St. James. The shooting happened shortly before 7 at the Old Shoes Market in downtown Montego Bay, and it's reported that the woman was chasing a man with a knife when she was ordered by the police to stop. She reportedly disobeyed and continued her pursuit, as a result of which the officer shot her. She died at the scene. Meanwhile, the Manchester police said one of the parish's known violence producer, who has been in custody for the murder of his landlord in 2023, has been slapped with 2 additional counts of double murder. Toby Clark, 32-year-old of Chudley, who was taken into custody and charged for the murder of his landlord Greg Andrade last year, was again charged on December 18 for the murder of Tanisha Burton, otherwise called Browning, and Wilford Mallison, otherwise called Danny, in Craighead in July of this year. He was also charged with the murder of his aunt, Doreen Hamilton, and her son, Omar Hamilton, in Waltham District in September of 2017. The police also said that Clark was behind the fatal shooting of a witness in the murder of Mr. Andrade in March of this year, and that shooter was arrested and charged. A court date is now set for January 8 for Clark to answer to the 2 counts of double murder. A St. James businessman is facing firearm-related charges following an incident in Anchovy in the parish on Friday, December 20. 28-year-old Yino Grant of Mafuta, Anchovy, is to answer to the charges of wounding with intent, using a firearm to commit a felony, and discharge of a firearm in any place. Reports from the St. James police are that about 5:15 p.m., 2 women and a man was involved in an altercation when Grant drove on the scene and pulled his firearm. He reportedly opened gunfire at one of the women, hitting her in the thigh. She was assisted by residents to hospital, where she was treated. On Saturday, December 21, an operation was carried out in the community which led to the arrest of Grant, and he was taken into custody, where he was charged. On to sports. Players from the Manning Cup winner Kingston College and the Costa Cup champions Gary Masio High have dominated the selections on their respective post-season All-Star team, according to a release from the Intersecondary School Sports Association on Monday. Manning Cup and Oliver Shield winner Kingston College and Manning Cup finalist St. Catherine High each had 5 picks on the All-Manning team, while Garvey Masio and semifinalist Glenmore High each had 6 picks on the All DaCosta team. The All DaCosta Cup and the All-Manning team will face each other in the second game of a doubleheader on Saturday, January 11, after the game between the All-Scholastic teams from each region. Cricket. West Indies women's captain Hayley Matthews said they will have to find ways to restrict India women following a 115-run defeat in the second one-day international on Tuesday. In what was another high-scoring encounter for the Indians, they posted an imposing 358 runs for 5 of their 50 overs after electing to bat. Harleen Deol led the way with 115 off 103 balls. Patrick Awawal also made 76 while Dimitri Madhana contributed 53 runs and Jeremiah Rodriguez 52. In reply chasing a challenging 359 to win, the Caribbean women were bowled out for 243 in 46.2 overs. Matthews led the way with 106 off 109 balls, including 13 fours. She also shared in 112 runs, 5-wicket partnership with Charmaine Campbell, who made 38. And in the first game, the Indians also made a massive 314 for 9 from their 50 overs. They then turned around, routed the West Indies for 103 in 26.2 overs to give the home side victory in the first international match played at that venue. And if you missed the news on this radio station, please go to YouTube, type in Jamaican Undiluted News, listen, like, share, and subscribe to keep us going. That's news and sports on your favorite radio. My name is Mikey Bones. Have a wonderful day. I gone.